Hey, it's Coach Ben from Online Soccer Skills, and today we're going to be working on juggling the ball. This is going to be specific for beginners who are just starting off, who've never learned how to juggle before. So before we start, I want to go over a few of the problems that I see that players make when they try to do this on their own. So the first problem I see is some players start with the ball on the ground, and they're trying to scoop the ball up, or they're trying to do a fancy trick before they start juggling. And if you're just starting off, I don't recommend that. I want you to start with the ball up in your hands, and that way you can make this as simple as possible. So what I want you to do is keep the ball in your hands first. That way when you drop the ball, you have a lot more balance. So what I'm going to be doing is dropping the ball to my right foot first, and I'm going to practice the technique. And I want to make sure that I'm hitting the ball with my laces, and I'm creating backspin. A lot of players out there are hitting the ball with their toe, or they're using their instep to try to juggle. And you want to just focus starting off on using your laces. You're going to be creating backspin. You also notice when I'm juggling, I'm not going to kick the ball higher than where my hip line is. I'm going to keep the ball lower, that way I can keep more control. So you'll notice here when I'm juggling the ball, I'm just going to touch the ball and catch it. I want to try to catch it before it comes above my waist, and I want to try to keep control of the ball here. So I'm just using backspin, using my right foot first, then I can go over to my left. I'm just coming under the ball, creating backspin. Now that I know you can do that, you want to be able to try to get as many juggles as possible. But if you're just starting off, I want you to set a reasonable goal. So I think a good goal to start off with would be to get 5 or 6 juggles, and you should try to use both feet when you do this. And you can either alternate, or if that's too hard, just focus on one foot starting off. But you'll notice how I'll do this. I'm just going to touch the ball and catch it, and then I'm going to try to get 2. So I'm going to start off with 1, and then I'm going to build from there. So if I start here with 1, I'm going to go 1, 2, and then so on and so on. I can go 1, 2, 3, and then I can keep building that way. And if you mess up, then you just start with the number that you just ended with. That way you can just continue to build up your juggling. And you want to make sure that you're just going through this in the right technique. And remember, you don't want to be able to hit the ball with your instep or your toe. You're going to lose control when you do that. Just practice using your laces. You're just creating backspin behind the ball, and that way you can keep the ball low. As you get better at juggling, you should continue to set goals for yourself. And if your first goal this week is to try to do 5 or 6 juggles, next week you could do 10. And this is something that you don't have to spend that much time doing. You could spend 5 or 10 minutes per day just working on the form. And I can guarantee you, if you are consistent working on juggling, you can juggle as much as you want. But you just want to make sure that you go through it with the right technique. The way we talked about using our laces, creating backspin. That way you can keep control over the ball. All right, if you enjoyed this video, what I want you to do now is click the subscribe button below. That way you can stay up to date with our newest videos. Also, if you have any questions or comments about juggling, shoot us a comment below this video, and we'd love to help you out. All right, we'll see you on the next video.